That's a great question, since we're standing in the middle of a celebration of digital technology. But I think part of this is always, number one, it's the shiny thing effect. You know, we all love the next shiny thing. The next phone, the next this, the next that. And very often it's really just about the shiny thing with no understanding or no real direction to why we need it, why we want it, what it's good for, and what it's going to do for the purposes it's intended. So I think in that sense there's a lot of waste, a lot of misunderstanding. It's kind of this, we pick these things up and then see if they actually do anything, rather than going into it with a clear understanding. So I think that's one of the pieces. We also tend to think that we're inventing new stuff, where in fact the underlying premises to much of this have existed anywhere from 30 to 50 years in most cases. MOOCs. Everybody's raging about MOOCs, right? MOOCs started probably back with radio education, and still runs today with television education on some PBS-type stations in places around the world. That's a reality. That's a MOOC. You know, you turn on the TV, you're watching Japanese language. Actually, I can get that on NHK. I can watch a Japanese language MOOC via television. That's really what it is. We didn't invent that, but now we've named it, now we've labeled it, now everybody's trying to figure out how to monetize it. And instead of recognizing and honoring the roots to it, flipped classroom, that came about when we started with special education in the 70s. So we're now 40 years, into flipping the classroom, back when you still had purple ink on your fingers from the mimeograph machines. The bright side of technology with that is that we can now make some of those things far more efficient, far more effective. But the dark side is we want to believe it's just all brand new. And in doing that, we not only dishonor the history, but we don't learn from it. So we don't learn from 40 years of understanding in special ed what worked and what didn't work about flipping the classroom, because we're busy over here with the next shiny thing going, okay, this is cool and we just invented this. So I think those are two thoughts that come immediately to mind about, if you want to call it the dark side.